The best Uber vehicle in 2026 is very important these days. So many people ask me, so I thought to do a nice little video just to give you a few examples, in my personal opinion, what makes the best vehicle for Uber or your local private hire driving. Okay, now what's so important about this, guys, is because Uber's rates are really low. It is close to £1 a mile now. So the most important thing you need to look at when doing this job is not your income, it's actually your expenses, because some people could be doing 2 grand a week, but if their expenses are £1,000, they're only bringing in £1,000 income profit to go in their back pocket. Where someone who's bouncing around doing £1 grand a week, do you know what I mean? So working half the time of you, but have got hardly any profit, any expenses, and they're bringing in more profit. So that's where it's more important. People focus on the income. I'm going to get a big minibus to do more Uber XL work. But the thing is, though, your expenses go with it. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to get a big, expensive Mercedes E-Class because I can do Uber exec. It'll bring in more money. But your expenses go, do you know what I mean? So sometimes you're chasing that money and trying to earn more money. And in the end, you're earning less because you're profiting less because your expenses are going up. So the importance of choosing the correct vehicle is like top of the list when becoming a driver. Do you know what I mean? Like seeing a V class on Uber makes me like, oh, I just think it's mental. I don't know what work they're doing on Uber to even comprehend of the amount of expenses that it's running on a V class. You think about how much it costs to service, maintenance, the depreciation, like mental, in my personal opinion. Now, listen, I wanted to go and focus this video a bit more on full-time Uber, full-time private hire work in local companies. But if you're in a big Ford Tornado minibus because you do a lot of airport work and you do a bit of Uber in between, that makes sense to go down the big diesel minibus route because a lot of your work comes from pre-booked private airport work. Okay, so this is not always black and white. It depends what you're doing. So I wanted to focus the video on mainly focusing on people who are full-time or 90% Uber driver, or you work for your local private hire company, not pre-booked airport work. I'm on about online work, offline type of company, working around the streets, doing bits and bobs. So there's a few extremes to this, and you'll ask a lot of people. You'll get people in this car, yeah? I'm not getting financed up. No, I'm going to get a crappy old car because that's all Uber passengers deserve. That's what you get, this type of person, right? But the problem is the car costs, in the example, this one, 1,500 quid. But you might have high running costs. There might be a lot of problems involved. And also, guys, the mile per gallon is so important. Okay? Because the mile per gallon is technically per mile you're driving. So if you're on £1 a mile, but it's costing you 20p a mile in diesel or whatever, then you're already losing most of your profits, aren't you? So you could buy dead cheap, high risk because of it's older, but you got high running costs, high mile per gallon. So I say this type of vehicle for Uber is not a good idea. It isn't, because you could be doing 200-300 quid a week in just diesel. You might own the vehicle, but it's not a good idea. But on the other side of the scale, you got guys that go full electric, 2p a mile. It's super cheap to run. So I'm going to go out and get myself a sick, nearly new electric car because I can afford, because I've got a cheap running cost bill. Do you know what I mean? So you might have a guy that owns his car, but he's paying 800 quid a month in diesel. Or you might have a guy that's got a finance of 800 quid, but he's only doing 20 quid on Lecky. They're in the same situation. But the guy in obviously the Mercedes EQE, in this example, is obviously in a nicer vehicle, doing a nicer work, bit of Uber exec and stuff like that. So out of those two choices, I would probably opt for the Mercedes EQE. But in my personal opinion, I wouldn't choose this and I wouldn't choose that. The two upper end of the scales. Do you know what I mean? Two extremes. You need to be in the middle. And this is where my idea of the video come from. But before I go into it dead quick, guys, I just want to show you any business taxi company, private hire operator, airport transfers, or even any business, plumber, whatever, we're opening it up to all businesses. The dmsitebuilder.com, I'll put the links at the bottom of the video in the comments. You literally get a website live in 2 minutes. Now, if you are a private hire operator, you run your own airport transfer business, we have created the most affordable dispatch system known to man. It's from £16 a month, and you get a booking form, you get a dispatch system, you get a booking portal to store all your jobs. So if you're running your airport company right now with like an inquiry form or a few emails or 3 WhatsApps, consider this system for 16 quid a month, 7-day free trial. It's well worth giving it a go. I'll put the links below the video. Go check out the website and have a little look. Right, listen. So we've got the two extremes, in my personal opinion, both are bad ideas. You got the super cheap but high mile running cost car, or you got the super expensive, high finance but super cheap running costs. We need to go in the middle. So in my personal opinion, for Uber 2026, you need to be in either a really good hybrid if you can't home charge, but if you can home charge, I can more or less guarantee you need to be in a full electric car. You need to be. But if you're in a flat or you've got no off-street parking, a really, really good hybrid. Now, you don't want to go and spend 1, 2 grand, 3 grand, because older the car, more problems you may have. So I would say, and this is what I've aimed for, between 10 and 15 grand on finance. Yeah, we'll still get you a half decent second-hand car, right? Go electric if you can. If you can't, go hybrid. I'm going to give you a few choices. So this is, well, I searched on Auto Trader between 10 and 15 grand, and I ticked hybrid and I ticked electric. Look at this. Jaguar I-Pace, 2020, 12.5 grand. Beautiful car. Just an example. 12.5 grand, 2020. 47 grand. So you can still get a nice electric car, but obviously your running costs are still 2p a mile and your finance is 12.5 grand. Okay. If you can't go full electric, the classic Toyota Corolla, probably what, 70 mile per gallon? Bit of space. They are on the small side, but they are brilliant. I do say this is one of the best Uber cars you can get, in my personal opinion. It ticks every box. Bit of a boot. Super, super good on mile per gallon. Really good car. As an example again, this 2020 plate, 14.5 grand. Just as an example. Okay. Another belter, Hyundai Ioniq 5. Same as the Jag I-Space. Really nice car. 14 grand. Okay. These are massive. If you've never been in one, it's more of an SUV than a car. It looks like a little hatchback, but it's not. It's humongous. Okay. So there's another option. Now, if your council allows it, not all councils allow it, but something like this would do you. Uber XL, couple of people in your boot, still half decent mile per gallon, 50, 60 mile per gallon, or around closer to the 50s because it's quite big. And this can does you 6 passengers, Uber XL, little bit of luggage space, not much. But see me whole point, the whole thought processes. Middle finance, top whack, running costs. I think in 2026, Uber drivers need to be in these type of vehicles. Don't go too cheap, because normally if you go too cheap, the running costs are a lot more. And don't go too expensive with your finance, because you're stuck with a massive finance bill each month. Even if the car does run very cheaply, it's still a bit too on the extreme. You got to be super smart with Uber, choosing the right vehicle. I'm going to do another video in a few days showcasing how's the best way to make the most money out of being an Uber driver. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. And please consider checking out the links below on the DM Site Builder and the DM Taxi Assistant. Please, great products for the taxi trade. Now listen, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. And give me some more suggestions. Because obviously I can name quite a few. Kia Niro is a great hybrid. Your Kia and Hyundais in general. Your Toyota Prius is a fantastic hybrid. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously you got loads of electric choices now. The new MGs are getting good. The MG5, do you know what I mean? There's some really now high mile MG5s on taxi fleets, and you can get them for around 10, 12, 15 grand as well. So you gotta balance it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a little like and follow. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you soon.